Hey YouTube, this is Tom at TM Aquatics, and I hope you're all doing great. Last night I was down here in the fish room and I was actually bagging up some of these juvenile Green Laser Corydoras, getting ready to ship them down to Garland, Texas. I noticed down in the adult Green Laser Corydoras tank there was a lot of activity, and normally when the lights are on, my adult Green Laser Corydoras, well, they're pretty seclusive, or maybe they're just more nocturnal. Full disclosure, I also don't have any dither fish in with those Corydoras, and that might change things a little bit. But anyways, I did catch them breeding and spawning, and I captured some of those moments on video, and I'm going to share that with you here today. Alright YouTube, just a little bit of voiceover commentary. I wasn't watching this as it happened. I simply put my iPad camera down and was recording it. But here you can see the female, clearly the larger fish there on the top of the frame there. She went up and tried to deposit an egg on the bottom of the bulbitis leaves. I don't know if she actually planted one or not. The thermometer was in the way of that shot. But when she spawns and lays an egg, she'll clamp them in the between her two pelvic fins. Some people refer to it as the basket. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but she clearly still has an egg in her basket, but I believe she actually is getting harassed so much that she actually abandons that egg or drops that. Yep, there she dropped that. You see that? And that happened quite a bit last night. I saw, at least in the footage that I reviewed, there was well over a dozen eggs dropped. Now here she is on the left part of the frame, and she's looking for a place. She's got 3 eggs in her basket. And here she goes, right there. She's depositing those 3 eggs on the top of the bulbitis leaves, and there you have it. Now she takes off and goes back behind the plants for about a 1-second rest. But behind there were a bunch of males, and they were ready to spawn again. So here they come out from behind the bulbitis, and the males are pressuring her to spawn, and there's that classic Corydoras T position right there. And now that spawning has taken place again, she's got eggs back between her pelvic fins. And now she's going to look for a place to deposit those eggs. And I'm not sure where she ended up leaving those particular eggs. Here we go again. Here's another classic T position. Look at those 2 males trying to fight for that, to have that opportunity to spawn with her. And here she does have a couple more eggs between her 2 pelvic fins. She's looking for a place to deposit the eggs, but those males just keep harassing her, and there she went and she dropped a couple more. And again, I probably saw her drop well over a dozen throughout the footage that I captured. It could have been even more. But here one of the males has actually touched one of those fallen eggs with his tail. He's got it stuck to his tail. I saw that happen to her as well. I saw her swimming around with an egg stuck to her. And I'm not sure. She does have one in her pelvic fins. I'm not sure if she went and deposited one right there or not. It looks like maybe she did. But here we're back another little bit later, and she's got 3 eggs now between her 2 pelvic fins. She's going to go up here and she's going to deposit those 3 eggs right there. Look at that. She just deposited those 3 eggs right there. So this was a great thing to sit and watch, and I'm real glad that I was able to capture it on video. Alright YouTube, now that the Green Laser Corydoras have spawned, I'm going to go ahead and put one of these breeder boxes on the tank. This is the method I used on the previous spawn, and had pretty good hatch rates, so hopefully we can duplicate that. What I use is this Marina breeder box. I start out with a medium size. This one here is brand new. I just bought this off Amazon a couple of weeks ago. They had them on sale for like $3.80 or something silly, so I picked up a couple more. And then the way these work, they just provide a lot of flow of fresh water from the main tank into the breeder box. Keeps a nice flow of water going over the eggs. And out of the 110 or 115 eggs that I picked on the last spawn, I ended up with 90 to 95 Green Laser Corydoras. So I think the yield was pretty good. Hopefully we'll get similar results this time. Now, I know a lot of guys will take the eggs and place them in a separate container, Tupperware, a jar, maybe a small 5-gallon or 2.5-gallon tank, and then they'll dose the water with hydrogen peroxide or methylene blue to keep the eggs from fungusing over. And I'm sure that is absolutely 100% going to result in a much better yield and better hatch rate. It's just not the method that I used last time. I'm going to stick with what I did last time since I had pretty good results. Time will tell if it was the right decision or not. If it ends up being the wrong decision, the good news is these Corydoras are going to spawn again. Just a matter of time. So anyways, need to get this on the tank and start picking some eggs. Okay, YouTube, so now comes the fun part of picking the eggs. And I've already picked out probably, I'm going to say there's 50, maybe 60 eggs in the breeder box already. But I'll show you my setup, what I do with these Corydoras eggs, how I put them in a breeder box, how I place them in there, spaced out. But to pick these eggs, it's pretty simple. When you have a leaf like this that has a bunch of eggs on that leaf, sometimes I'll just clip the entire leaf. It's a lot easier. Like right over here, here's a single egg. All you need to do is put it between your thumb and your index finger and just roll it off, and it's going to stick. You can see that egg, it's like super glue. It loves to stick to human skin. So, I mean, I can move it to the other finger. It's not going to fall off. It's sticky. So let me show you what I do with these over in the fry box. Alright, so I have that egg still on my finger. It's not going to fall off. I mean, it's coated in some type of an adhesive. And all you need to do is roll it around on the side of the breeder box until you can feel it kind of stick into the breeder box. Sometimes it takes a little bit. Whoops. But once it grabs, you'll know. There you go. And what I like to do is I like to space them out as much as possible. That way, if one of the eggs funguses, it's not going to transfer immediately to the next egg. So this worked for me on the first spawn of Green Laser Corydoras. Out of those 110, 115 eggs that I did pick and put in the breeder box, I did end up with over 90 fry, so it worked out really well. So I'm going to continue to pick eggs, and yeah, I've got a lot of work ahead of me still. So when they're on the side of the glass like this, I know a lot of people just scrape them off with credit cards. I really haven't found that necessary. All I do is take them and roll them across the glass with my finger, and they're going to want to stick to your finger more than they stick to the side of the glass. I don't know if it's just because our finger is more porous than the smooth surface of the glass. I don't know. But these things will easily stick to your finger. Alright, YouTube, well, I'm going to finish picking all these eggs. I'm going to get them all in the breeder box, and then we'll circle back. I'll show you the breeder box. We'll try to give an estimate on how many Green Laser Corydoras eggs we ended up with on this spawn. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. Alright, YouTube, I believe this may be the last two. There they are, stuck to my thumb. Just let go. There we go. And I think it's mission accomplished. And if you don't think that takes time, then you have never picked Cory eggs. But definitely well worth it. Alright, YouTube, this is what we ended up with. You can see I'm placed all around the sides of the breeder box there. Tried to space them out as much as possible. I did not pick all of the eggs off the leaves. You can see I have plenty of eggs down here on these leaves. You need to make sure you check the tops and the bottoms of every leaf. These Cw009 Green Laser Corys, and if you see anything on a leaf right now, chances are it's just a little snail. I have gone over these bulbitis in here with a fine-tooth comb and I did not see any more eggs. Now with that being said, there's always a chance that I missed some, but pretty sure I got 99.9% of them out of the tank. These Cw009 Green Laser Corydoras, they like to lay their eggs on the bulbitis. There were only about 7 or 8, maybe 10 eggs out of the 140 or 150 that were on the side of the glass. There was a row of them over here, and then there was one kind of on the back of the glass by the lift tube to the power filter back there. But otherwise, they like to lay their eggs on these bulbitis leaves, and yeah, which is actually not that bad. They come off the bulbitis pretty easy, but when you have a clump like that with 10 or 12, I mean, look at that leaf right there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's like 20 eggs on this leaf right here. I just clipped the whole leaf and put the leaf in here, and they hatched fine. As you can see, some did fall off the side of the breeder box, and they're on the bottom. And those that are on the bottom, I do try to just space those out as well. But that's it. Hopefully we'll get a good hatch. We'll know in about 5 or 6 days from now what type of hatch we ended up with. Alright YouTube, it is now day 3 since these Green Laser Corydoras have spawned. I was siphoning out some of the detritus and settled organics out of this breeder box here. Moved a couple pieces of the bulbitis leaves and noticed there were 2 or 3 that went darting around. So they are starting to hatch out. I took a closer look to some of the remaining eggs, and they are definitely starting to wriggle their way out of the eggs. Now with that being said, good news, bad news. Again, they are hatching, and we have plenty of good eggs in here to still hatch out. You can see them all over the sides of the breeder box. The bad news is this batch of eggs got hit pretty hard with fungus. See one up here. There's some over here, bunch down here. Some you probably can't see due to the lighting down here. And I've already removed 20 to 30 eggs with a oral syringe. Not sure why this batch of eggs got hit with fungus so bad. A lot worse than the last spawn from this Green Laser Corydoras. So with that being said, I'm going to try a different method the next time. And that's also good news, because there will be a next time, and a time after that, and a time after that. But next spawn, I'm going to go for the maximum yield possible. So let me show you what my plans are. We're going to move away from just putting the eggs in the breeder box and leaving it on the main tank. So let me show you what's going to happen next time. Alright YouTube, the next time these Green Laser Corydoras spawn, I'm going to pick the eggs. I'm still going to place them in the fry box like I demonstrated earlier in this video. However, I'm going to take the fry box off the main tank, and I will place it on one of these smaller tanks, whichever tank is available at the time. Then I'll go ahead and I will treat the water with methylene blue, and I'm sure the results are going to be much better. Alright YouTube, well there you have it. We definitely ended up with more eggs out of this spawn than the previous spawn from these Green Laser Corydoras. The bad news is we also lost a lot more to fungus as a percentage, and well, that kind of sucks. The good news is there's going to be more spawns in the future, and the next time these fish spawn, I'm definitely going to try the methylene blue method, and I'm sure the results are going to be much better. Now with that being said, there's still a chance we might end up with more fry than I'm thinking, and I'll be sure to keep everybody updated and posted on the final results. Now with that being said, I greatly appreciate you taking time to stop by my channel and watch one of my videos. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to post them down below. Hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And until the next one, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you all later.